Okay, Greg, this is Greg Barra. I'm at 8808 Panair. This is the building in front of you. This is the street surrounding it. There's a car. Bunch of raw land right next to it. And then the street back there. Hobby Airport in the distance. You can barely make out, well, you may or may not be able to barely make out the tails of some airplanes. I want to walk you through this. We've got, you know, some overgrown areas out here in the concrete truck court, but nothing a weed whacker couldn't handle. It looks like to be in pretty decent shape. There's some cracks in the concrete that I can see. I don't know if you can see it too, but nothing, no huge holes or anything like that. I'm walking over to the left side of the property. As you look at it, there's the office storefront in there, and then there's this side lot here with a dock high access point, kind of platform deal on the back side that we will see. A dock high and a grade level ramp on the front doors. There's one gate that I walk through, and then there's a separate rolling gate right here. I'm going to walk into the front door. We got an ADA ramp in place. There is a brand new roof on the building. And give me a minute. This is all new. The building's been painted. Give a second for the picture to adjust. Okay, we've got new improvements in here. New walls. New ceiling grid, newly painted. There is a lot of what looks to me to be tree pollen, which is from oak trees from the building being open to the air at some point. There's some bugs and stuff just from the building being vacant. I imagine it all got in here when they were first installing these improvements. We got some private offices here. One private office. Two private offices. Here's a third. The restrooms are all new. You can see they're in good shape. That's the men's restroom. Here's a fourth private office over here, all in the same condition. And a kitchen area right here. Walking into the warehouse. These are those two doors that we looked at before, the dock high on the right, the ramp on the left. And again, there is quite a bit of pollen throughout the warehouse. Again, I imagine from when the whole deal was open, when they were installing the offices, there's just a lot of pollen. I see a bunch of oak trees around here. I imagine that's where all this is from. It does not appear to be mold to me. There are some areas along the corners that have been filled with some kind of epoxy. And maybe it's some sort of caulking material, but it does not look to be mold in my opinion. I didn't see any mold in the office, so that's just my take. It's a 15,000 foot building total. Mark, what's the clear height?
16 feet.
16 feet of clear height, so it's not inordinately tall. These are 11-foot doors. You can probably get another 3 feet, maybe 4 feet out of that ramp door right there for the forklift. I'll just walk you around the building. And there's more pollen that has accumulated in these back corners. You can see that here in a minute. I'm going to walk you right up to it. So, in my opinion, there's some broom and blower work that needs to happen. We've got some holes in the wall too. You can see here that, not ideal. This is cinder block construction. That can all be filled in. And there's some rat traps just as a prevention, it looks like. So that's the way it looks like to me. We've got a overhead door here in the back for additional ventilation. This is that dock. Now there's water that accumulates here on this dock down the side of the building. This looks like a broom job right here, and there's basically woods around it. You can see with all these trees around how you might get a bunch of pollen in here, and that's kind of where we are. We got skylight windows on the side and fluorescent bulbs in the building. Now there's a lot of bulbs out, so our lighting is not full by any means. We may need to add some lights, but I just wanted to give you a little walkthrough, if you will, and show you what it looks like. I'll be in touch. Thanks.